Okay, and we are live, Mr. Berger. So good evening, everybody. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO, and I'm with my business partner.
I'm Rodney Berger, the CIO, consistently inspiring others.
Oh yeah, and by the way, CEO stands for continuously empowering others. So I'm not the CEO of the company. Man, I don't know if I wish I was or not. I don't know if I wish I was or not. But I invited Mr. Berger onto a quick live stream, and we entitled this stream networking, only networking. And then we put no, only Karatbars. So we definitely want to talk about this for a brief moment, a few moments here. And I'm monitoring my Facebook live chat in case any of you have some ideas that you want to throw in. And I'm going to give you what this is about so that you all can help us and collaborate with us. We are on a mission right now, and that mission is to share this freedom plan with as many people as are willing to listen. And so I think I'm going to start out, but the whole crux behind this conversation is only in a networking business can you, and then you get to fill that in. And then we're going to progress to only in Karatbars can you, and we're going to fill that in. And so I want to start out first by saying I had this conversation tonight with one of my business partners, and she is an amazing person. I met her when I was a mortgage banker at Wells Fargo. She drove through the drive-through and she saw my mortgage sign out. And at the time, she was intrigued about another financial instrument that she had heard Wells Fargo would be administrating this particular currency. So she came in to talk to me about it. And just so happens, I knew about what she was talking about. And I was a holder of that currency as well. And so I said, well, I thought I'm doing mortgage here right now. Let me talk to you guys later, her and her business partner. And we met up at a McDonald's and I told her about Karatbars. Now, this is early in my career with Karatbars, and within my first 30 days, maybe first 60 days. Her and her friend got so excited, they joined. Day one, both of them got silver business packages. If you don't know about Karatbars, that doesn't mean anything to you. The point is, I was brand new in the business. I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm doing. I didn't even believe I could be successful in the business. And here these two ladies that I just met driving through the drive-through at Wells Fargo, signing up, getting a business package. I'm earning commissions like crazy, and I don't even know what's going on. Only in a networking business do you have that kind of potential. Only networking, Mr. Berger. And to finish that story out, today, she did a three-way call with me. And Patricia Mitchell, she's an amazing person, but she's sort of quiet and she's sort of laid back. She's not a real aggressive salesman type person like myself. So, people say things like, well, you're a salesman. Of course you're having success, okay? But she's not, Patricia Mitchell, she's not salesman-like at all. Just kind, personal care, professional. She's not an overly aggressive sales type person. And she got me on a three-way call with a lady from South Africa. And the lady from South Africa said, oh, Mr. Dalco, I'm loving Karatbars. This information is amazing. I cannot believe I've gone my whole life and haven't seen this. She says, I'm thinking about coming in at VIP or gold. Got off the phone. Patricia thanked me and said she's coming in at gold and she's going to do 5 and 5 to get her a free VIP upgrade. Only in a networking business do you have that kind of potential. It is amazing. So, Mr. Berger, only in networking what?
All right, so Mr. Delco, while I was waiting for you to connect this stream, remember I told you when we were talking earlier, I had just went back in 2015 and watched one of the very first, or listened to the very first Monday Night Power calls that me and Mrs. Maxine Jones did, and you jumped on there, and we were supposed to do, and actually we did an interview with Mr. Roger Williams that evening. But guess what the topic was on the pre-call, Ms. Delco?
What was
you ready
it?
for this? And I don't think this is a coincidence at all that this all came up at the time that it did. The topic was do not prejudge people. Do not prejudge people. It was one of those Todd Falcone pre-calls, and we were all like fired up on that call that night because we were talking about the different people that we talk to that are in this business that if we would have realized if we would have went by their appearance, we probably wouldn't have talked to them. But just to the fact that we share that with everybody, only in this type of business, you talk to everybody because you don't know who they are and you can't prejudge them and you don't know who they know.
You don't know who they know. Like Miss Patricia Mitchell. She didn't know the lady in South Africa. She met her through social media. Look, if you have a job, when you wake up in the morning, you put on your clothes, you get prepared for work, you get in your car, you drive to work, you get to work, you sit in your cubicle, you're going to work 8 hours. There is not one plausible opportunity to expand your wealth building efforts. It's you against the time clock. Only in a networking business can you add to having other people assist you in building your wealth and you assist them. Here's one of the things that people miss about networking, I think. So, Mr. Berger, who sponsored you?
Okay, say that last part again.
I said, who sponsored you into Karatbars?
This guy named Michael Dalco from Atlanta, Georgia. You know.
All right, so here's a beautiful thing. So yeah. People say, well, Mike's making money because he's making money off of Rodney, right? Well, Rodney, are there any people in your organization from me?
From you? No.
I mean, like, did any people?
They're in our lineage, yeah, but.
Did people that I sponsored fall under you?
Yes, absolutely.
That's called spillover, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So even though I sponsored you, you're above people I sponsored.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the people at the top that make money, it's everybody helping everybody.
Well, you know what's funny that you bring that up? The other day, like a week or so ago, you know, I was just checking through the units, right? I'm like, who is that on the left side? And I'm like, and it's like way down on the left side. And I'm like, who sponsored them? And guess who it was?
Who?
It was your wife, Manisha.
My wife sponsored somebody into your organization.
Yes, sir.
Only in Karatbars. Oh my God. Like only in Karatbars can you just sign up, position yourself, and things start happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know, I have a business.
From people upline from you still sponsoring people because they got to fall somewhere.
And you know what? You know what is really cool, Mr. Dalco, is that I fell under Roger Williams, Sherry Brown, and some other people. I don't know who else, but I know Roger and Sherry. So it's like, wow. And even though they benefit from me, you know, and right. Then I'm spillover for them. Who does that?
And then watch this. Guess who else is upline from you? You may or may not know this. Alan Austin.
Oh, really?
Yes. So when you need financial advice, it's beneficial to Alan Austin. He would help you anyway, but it's beneficial for him to help you because you're part of his organization.
That's amazing.
Only in networking do you see the synergy between people who at one time did or did not know each other, and they're helping each other build each other's wealth. Daniel Higgins said, it's a win, 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 win. It's probably 5 wins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And only in Karatbars can you earn money with no one in your network spending money.
And you know, you said something a little bit ago about the people who go to a job. When you go to a job, everybody's looking out for their own paycheck. Everybody's looking out for themselves. Not always, you don't always have, everybody has their back. Now it depends on the job. You know, you have some people in your team that will have your back in your department, but you still have others that don't have your best interest at heart. You know, so that's what a job gives you. But here, you have an atmosphere of we want to help you. And because of the way this happens, I want to help the people that spill over from you or whoever else. I don't mind helping them. You know what I'm saying? Or even
Yeah,
not, even though even if they're not in my downline, I help people.
right.
But
And you
again,
do.
it's powerful. It is one of my business partners, Mr. Jordan Granger. You know, I'm sponsoring people, and they're falling on his side because he's on that side is the weak side. So I'm building that weak side. He's like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Thank you, thank you." I keep growing that side, and he keeps saying, thank you." And then one of his business partners, same thing, reached out to me. He sent me a screenshot with a circle around. Who is this? Because they had bought a package, and I said,
Oh,
"That's spillover." He goes, "Really? I get units for that?" I'm like, "Yeah," you know. And so he was like shocked to actually see it in action. You know, we hear about it, and when you see it, it's like, whoa.
so when people say it's too good to be true, if you sign up, okay, if you start a lawn care business, right? You've got to get your business license. You've
Mm-hmm.
got to buy a lawnmower, a push mower, a riding mower, a trimmer, an edger, some pesticide, some grass seed, whatever. If you're doing a real good job, you got to spend maybe $10,000.
Plus, you got to have a truck and a trailer.
You need a truck and a trailer. You've got insurances. You've got daily maintenance, just gasoline in your equipment. 10 grand maybe on the low side to start a decent lawn care business. Man, if you add in the truck and the trailer, you probably out of 50 grand just to start the lawn care service. So you've got to buy your business package, which as a lawn care professional is your truck, your trailer, all your equipment. That's your package. Only in Karatbars can you get your business package for 200 bucks one time with no monthly expense. And now it positions you to earn commissions from people you will never, ever meet. That is too good to be true.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Dalco. Um, so when you get that package, don't you have to renew it next year?
You absolutely do not.
So it's good forever, right?
It's good for as long as you stay in the business. And you know what? You can't even quit.
Right.
Only in Karatbars is it when if you don't purchase anything, you still are in the business and your business will continue to grow with or without you.
That's right. And let me say something to you. You and I said something the other day that was powerful. Are you sure you want to go down this road?
I don't
All
know.
right. So
I don't
let's
know. Don't
do it.
make
Let's
me
do it.
cry in front of all these people.
Yeah. So listen, the other day we were talking about personal development, and that's the biggest thing for me. I wasn't, when you came into Karatbars, let's talk about you for a second. You already had a network. Okay. Actually, we all have a network in a different way, shape, and form. But you had a network because you already had some businesses before Karatbars. That was kind of like somewhat of your leverage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you already had that starting out with working with people and talking to people. I didn't have that. I had a small, thing because believe it or not, Mr. Daco, I can be shy. and I would not be approachable to new people, only the people that I was comfortable with. So for me, Karatbars became a personal development. And then when we were talking about that the other day, you said we get paid to develop ourselves.
Yep. It's a personal development plan it's a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it. Because truly, only in Karatbars, only in networking are you encouraged to be a better person. You're encouraged to make peace with people. You're encouraged to help people. You're encouraged to train, lend your time and your talent for everybody's good. And it turns around and it pays you to improve yourself. Only in
Yeah.
networking in Karatbars.
And today on the call, when Jodell Murray did the overview, the way he said enhance their lives, enhance their lives.
It
Mr.
does.
Delco, that's what we're doing. We're not only, when we enhance the lives of other people, we enhance our own lives. So whatever little imperfections we have, as we enhance other people's lives and build their dreams and help them to acquire wealth, guess what's happening to us, Mr. Delco? We're getting paid and we're enhancing our own lives too.
Look, there's a guy on our stream. He's chatting on the chat room. His name is Grady Holcomb, and I'm pretty sure Grady won't mind me sharing this at all. Grady, young man, lives in Lawson, Missouri, right? Kind of country boy, laid back, real quiet. You know, he just minds his business. His family is very successful there in Missouri. They own a restaurant. Grady works in the restaurant with his family. You know, he likes to hunt, and he likes, just a good guy, just a good guy. And he was talking to me before we got on the stream. And he said, you know, Mr. Dalco, he said, somebody one day just shared networking with them. And he said, without networking, I would be working in my parents' restaurant until I die.
Yeah.
Only networking gives you a chance to have an exit strategy from whatever you're doing. Man, there are people on our team right now that are doctors and lawyers. I was talking to a lawyer today, and he was saying, man, this business is stressful because all you hear all day long are disputes between people. You're trying to settle disputes between people. It's like, well, you know, when I got in this industry, I wanted the glit and the glamour. I saw lawyers get out of their nice cars at the courthouse. But how many times when you go to the courthouse to renew a license or something, you see lawyers and they're gray haired and gray bearded. They're old with their attaché, still walking up to the courthouse, real slow, limping. They're in their 60s and in their 70s. They can't stop working. They can't stop working. They have to work until they die. Why? Because they're attached to a paycheck. They're not attached to commissions. Only in networking can you build a business where you can walk away and it'll keep paying you. Man, real story. My wife and I are both full-time in this business. So this industry has been amazing in my family. And we were out all day and looking at equipment and stuff for the upcoming Let's Go weekend. Only in Karatbars can you have a local meeting and the owner, billionaire of the company and his billionaire friends will fly to Atlanta on their own expense to be with us for 4 or 5 days in Atlanta at the Let's Go weekend. Only in networking, only in Karatbars. But anyway, we're out and we're handling
And not only
business.
that, you spilled the beans last night about something. Somebody else is going to be there.
Mr. Joseph
Royalty.
Knight,
That's all I'm going to say. Royalty. My God.
royalty,
And
straight
Mr.
royalty.
Delco, did you ever think that your little meeting that you started at Let's Go Weekend 1, that it would expand to this?
Man, you got me off my subject now. Look, oh my gosh, I gotta say it. If I lose my train of thought, it's so be it. When we start, not only did I not believe my little meeting would blossom into what it's become, I asked Ty Best when we first got started. I had 50, maybe 100 people on our team, and I called Mr. Best. Thank God for good leaders. Only in networking will you be mentored by people who have had tremendous success in a path that you're endeavoring. Only in networking. I met Mr. Best. I would have never been able to meet him without networking. Never. He has turned into one of the jewels in my life. And I said, Mr. Best, we got 100 people on our team. I said, hey man, why don't you come to Atlanta and do a meeting for us? And I want to teach this to every networker that's watching this. Don't have a meeting before your time. Don't do it. Don't do it. He crushed me when I asked him this. I said, come to Atlanta, we got 100 people. He said, well, you're going to have 10 people at your meeting. I said, what? He said, yeah, you got 100 local leaders, 10 of them are going to show up at your meeting.
And you know that there's truth to that, Mr. Delco. There's truth to that. Because you remember 2 years ago, I did a 6-month contract with the facility, and because I wanted to jump in, and then later it hurt me because we weren't ready for it.
It
So
will
there's
hurt you.
wisdom in that. So I should have listened to you and not done it.
Well, you know what? I would have done it anyway had Mr. Best not been such a strong leader. This guy doesn't play. I mean, he's softened up a little teeny tiny bit of the 5 years I've known him, but he did not play with me, Mr. Berger, at all. He said, I tell you what, I'm not coming down there with 100 people in your local area. He said, you need 1,000 on your team and I'll come. And I thought that was so rude. And I was like, Mr. Best, come on, man. I said, this is Atlanta. They're coming, man. I said, I know I can put 100 people in the room. He said, you put 100 people in the room for a business like Karatbars, whose product is gold. He said, that meeting will be a failure in Atlanta. He said, you can have a dog and pony show in Atlanta and bring 100 people. I said, this man is so mean. You know, I'm thinking about
Yeah, but you know what?
mean.
He's like that razor, right?
He
He's
is
telling
that
the truth.
straight razor.
He's telling the truth, though. He's telling the truth. He knows. He's been there. He's done it. He's like, you're not ready. He knows.
He straight told me. And I wasn't the firebrand that I think that I am now. But Karatbars, man, I'm on fire. I wasn't on fire like that. I was weaving my way. I was close to my retirement time. And maybe 30 days after that conversation is when I went full-time in the business, right? It was a blessing. I didn't even believe I was going to have any success in the business. I got in to save gold. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't think I could do it. I had tried networking. It never worked for me. So I said, you know what? Let me just save some gold. And I started saving gold. I was like, this is awesome. Gold in small increments. Everybody can afford it. Picked up the phone, called Renee. She said, I'm in. Called Judith. She said, I'm in. Jason is in. Let me put my wife in. Got some spillover, like we talked about before. Called Kimberly Otwangi. She's in. Roger Williams, met him at a church. He's in. Sherry Brown, I finally got the guts to call her. She got in. It was crazy that first 90 days. So I said, you know what? This is incredible. The business, only in networking can you be overwhelmed accidentally. Only in networking. You mess around and tell the right person, your business will explode and you can't turn it off. I couldn't turn this thing off if I wanted to because, Rodney, you're not going to quit, are you?
Are you kidding me? Heck no.
And Roger Williams, I signed him up accidentally. He saw me at church. He said, what's that gold thing you're doing? He signed himself up. And Roger's not going, he's in Miami building a team. I sponsored Roger Williams. He's down in Miami building a team. Speaking of Roger Williams, look, there he is.
There he is. He's all fancied up there. Look at him there in Miami.
Miami, building a team. And no, I will not quit. I'm not going to quit. It's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, I'm in Miami for the express reason and purpose of helping to build more of a team. And, you know, I was listening to you guys earlier talking about this thing. Talk about spillover. My goodness. Yeah, I registered after I asked that question. Man, what is this gold thing you're doing, Mr. Dalco? He didn't even tell me. He flipped me a card and said, go check out my website. Look at the video. I'm like, wow, okay. So I did. And it was so amazing. I registered. And then I went on the road. I was traveling, taking care of some other business. And man, when I got back, 6 months later, Michael Dalco didn't stop. 6 months later, man, there were 350 people spilled over under my left team. And I'm like, wait a minute. How did they get there? I didn't put them there. I was just in position. Folks, when I tell you to get in position, whether you understand it or not, whether you can grasp the concept or not, whether you're sure or not, whether you don't know if you want to do this, you can do this, you should do this, get in position, because there just may be a Michael Dalco, a Rodney Berger, a Tanisha Glaspie, a Dwayne Taylor. There just may be a Sherry Brown. There just may be a Paul and Carol Freeman. There just may be a Sherry Magwood, just working hard because they believe in this thing.
I got one for you. It could be a Cheryl Ann Gover somewhere waiting for your team.
Wow.
A Tammy Morrison. Come on, guys. You know, it's funny today. I connected with somebody on LinkedIn. She looked just like Tammy Wortham. So I better connect with her. I'll be reaching out to her. but no. Something that really hit me last night. I was going through burning CDs yesterday for our meeting tomorrow, and the CD that I chose was The Crisis and the Solution. So I edited it up to make it fit, look nice, sound nice on the the CD and everything. And as I'm listening to it, Mr. Delco, when you ask me, am I going to quit? And I say, heck no. You know why? Because what am I going to do?
Right. Quit and do what? Right.
And,
oh my God, man.
And listening to that audio again, if you haven't listened to it in a while, listen to it again. It hit me really hard at this. I mean, when we hear Mr. Best, you hear him the first time, it's really good. Hear it again, like, wow. You hear it again, wow. Well, this was like that, oh, wow. Because I was listening over and over because I was editing it. And here's what really hit me, because I see it personally in our family. People are getting sick and dying, especially older people, because they have nothing to do. They're bored. And like his doctor was telling Mr. Best, he says the biggest problem he's dealing with people is depression because they're bored. Boredom is the biggest issue that they're dealing with. They need something to do. And what do we have in our hands, guys? We have something that not only changes our lives, but it changes and enhances other people's lives. And just think about that. That's how powerful this is. That's how powerful this is.
And Mr. Williams, you're down there in Florida. Are you near a window? Like, where are you in Florida? Are you at a hotel?
Yeah, I'm at a hotel called the Riverside Hotel. Man, beautiful.
Okay, will your camera go to the window? Look, only in networking, only in Karatbars. Do you get this lifestyle? I mean, Big Phil is just him and Dwayne Taylor just traveling the world and blessing people, helping people build, and they get this kind of benefit. So watch this. Look out the window right
Mr.
here.
Delco, did you see them earlier? Did you see them earlier driving along Miami there?
I did.
All those houses? Shut up.
Look out the window.
Hey, check this out, man. Check it out. I'm telling you, man, look. Man, we got yachts. We've got high rises. We got rivers.
Move the camera slow, Mr. Williams. Slow it down. Look at that.
Got yachts. We've got the river.
Woo!
Man, we've got high rises. We are in the middle of downtown Fort Lauderdale, and I'm about to meet some of our business partners in Miami, some of the leaders here, just to encourage them, just to impart whatever I can to them so that they can see how real and how beneficial this phenomenon is. So,
look,
folks, let me tell you.
Oh, my God.
And he forgot one thing. One thing I love that's there all over the place. Palm trees. I love palm trees.
And that whole trip for Mr. Williams is tax deductible. That's a tax deductible business. And look, and he's able to not only be there and enjoy that beauty and that God's splendor, but he's actually going to pour into and help people. And Mr. Williams, let me ask you a question. Did you go to college for what we're doing? Can you hear me, Mr. Williams?
Yes, what were you saying?
I said, did you go to college for what you're doing right now down there?
Man, that's amazing, because Mr. Taylor and I were talking about that very subject today. And, I used to tell people I did, but no, I did not go to college. Well, actually, I did go to a building once or twice, but I never attended the class. I don't have a degree. The only degree I have is the degrees that's in this wonderful Miami weather out here. Man,
yeah, man.
I'm excited about it. I have been imparted some of the greatest information. I have learned very solid financial information.
One more quick thing, Mr. Williams, and I got another special guest I'm gonna bring on this amazing stream tonight. This is a Hall of Fame. Okay, how did you meet your business partner down there to get down there to do this? How did that happen?
Oh,
I mean, only in Karatbars, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so look, the reason why we're down here is because of a great young lady named Sherry Magwood. Now,
Okay.
Sherry Magwood was sponsored by Gladys Anderson, I believe, and Gladys Anderson was sponsored by Carol Freeman, and Carol Freeman was sponsored by, boom, Super Coach Dwayne Taylor.
Where is Dwayne? Where is Dwayne?
Man, Dwayne he's down there somewhere. He's down there somewhere, man. I don't know where he's at, man.
So when is the meeting?
The event is tomorrow. It's a
So
presentation.
y'all get to chill today?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
Only in Karatbars because of Karatbars, man. Hey, brother, let me tell you something. We had a next level challenge. How do we get there? Do you want to drive? Yeah, let's drive. I said, nah, man, let's fly. And Dwayne had that look, and I said, bro, I got the tickets already. Don't even worry about it. We're going. We're flying. We flew into Miami today, and man, look at this. Here we are, relaxing, nowhere to be. You know, we're riding around the wealthy neighborhoods, what they call it, on Worth Avenue.
Wow.
Man, I'm telling you, it's just amazing down here. And the reason why is because a great leader down here, somebody dared to get connected to Karatbars in this area and got a VIP package, and then sponsored somebody who got a VIP package. And then would come to find out they own a business that it's a school. They own a school. And my goodness, there is a captive audience. Now look, you know, there are millions of people down here in the Miami area. Wish you all were here. I really do. But look, there are lots of folks down here, and 98.6 and breathing as spoken so articulately by our great and phenomenal mentor and senior partner, Mr. Ty Best. Yeah, everyone is a candidate. So we're down here to help boost Sherry Magwood, and I want you all to, if you're anywhere close to the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, you got to be at this event tomorrow. It's a presentation and a training. We're going to boost your enthusiasm. We're going to boost your belief. We're going to boost your education. We're going to boost your inspiration. We're going to boost everything about what you want to do with this business, because look, you too can be sitting on the ledge of a 12-story high-rise hotel looking over at the yachts and the rivers and the other hotels and the city and enjoying life just because you choose to, just because you're not going to give up.
You know, I don't know if I'm jealous right now or super excited for you, but man, thank you for everything you do. And let me ask you this, Mr. Williams, are you down there building that for me?
I am not down here building this for you. However, guess what? It's still happening for you.
Only in Karatbars, baby. Only in Karatbars.
Well, I'm going to ask a
Happening
question
for you.
Let me ask a question, Mr. Williams.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Karatbars, would you even know all these people?
Well, let's see. You cut out a little bit, but I believe you said if it wasn't for Karatbars, would I be down here?
No. Would you know all those people that you just listed?
Oh my gosh. I would not know half of them. I would know a few. I would know Mr. Michael Delco because I saw him and I scoped out the phenomenal shirts that I thought I was going to find out how to get a few of them. And I would know Mr. Dwayne Taylor because we actually frequented the same worship location. You know, I never met you, Mr. Berger, until later. And then we found out we had a connection. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. And then it just keeps on going. Talk about knowing what? I would have never met the phenomenon, the amazing, exquisite one as Tanisha Glaspie.
So
Had I
speaking of,
not been
okay,
in this
okay.
business.
All right, so speaking of Tanisha Glaspie, two things. One, when you get a chance, go back on my page on this stream. There's a gentleman named Kevin Pine, Kevanpine. Only in networking, only in Karatbars can you do a live stream, and somebody's in Miami that wants to come to that meeting, Mr. Williams. So I sponsored him. Take good care of Kevin, but go on the stream, Mr. Williams, and tell Kevin where you are, okay?
Yes. Hey, Kevin.
Type in the address, and Kevin, pay
I'll
attention
let
to
you
Roger
know where it's
Williams.
at. I'll type it in. Yes.
And then here's the other thing. So we're getting ready to do this training tonight. Me and Mr. Berger jump on this live stream, and we start the stream. And the lady Mr. Williams just spoke about, Miss Tanisha Glaspie, she was getting ready to get on the stream, and she never uses a camera. And because she said she's looking a mess because she was at the pool. Now she's in Arizona. It's 5 o'clock. She need to be coming home from work, but no, she's full-time networker, taking care of her son, living the poolside lifestyle. Miss Tanisha Glaspie, share a little bit with us. Only in Karatbars can you.
Hello, everyone. Only in Karatbars can you sit at the pool all day while everyone else. I went around 12 o'clock today and stayed until I had to pick my son up from school.
Come on, give us some more. Talk to us about what you broke us out with on the power call. What your plans for your life were, the direction you were headed, and what made you turn.
When I was going to medical school for naturopathic medicine, it was going to cost about $250,000. I've always wanted to help people, so I wanted to help people heal themselves naturally. Once I went to orientation, I realized it was going to be anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. And I had, I think 13 and probably 4-year-old at that time. And they were both doing sports and different things like that. And I'm like, there's no way I can go to school 12 to 14 hours a day and take care of my children as a single parent. It just wasn't possible. So I started looking for nannies and things of that nature. But I was like, after I started adding up all the money and the time that I was going to waste in school, it just didn't add up. I was going to be in school for 5 years to get out with $250,000 worth of debt. Just to work for the rest of my life. So I was going to miss the next 5 years of my children's life, but then I still would be away from them after I graduated. Maybe I would have been making decent money, who knows? I know people that went through that school, they have over $300,000 worth of debt and they can't find a job. So I'm thankful that I didn't go. I was praying for a better way. I also lost thousands of dollars in my 401k. And I was trying to find a way to put what I did have left into gold, because I figured if I continued to let it sit there, it would all be gone by the time I needed it. So I needed to get it out of there because I was losing money every single month. It continued to go down. It never went up. So I was just having all kind of conversations with myself, like, how long are you going to be stupid enough to continue to watch your money go down and not do anything about it? So I started searching. I didn't know what to do. I just started searching and researching and praying. And so I was looking for a way to make money if I decided to go to school, I needed to make money without being in school, without working. I couldn't go to work. If I'm in school 12 hours a day, have to study, there's no way I could work. So I needed a way to make money without going anywhere. I wanted to put my I wanted to put my 401k into gold. And I also wanted to make sure I was leaving a legacy for my children as a single parent. I started thinking, like, what if something happens to me? I don't have enough money in my 401k for them to do much of anything with. And I just wanted to make sure I was leaving a legacy for them. So one night I was coming out of my prayer closet, literally, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was praying about all three of those things. And I needed an answer, and I needed it quick because I was getting ready to sign my life away. I felt like to go to medical school, to add on more debt, which was not a solution. That was just adding more problems to the situation. So I came out of my prayer closet. I got on Facebook, and the very first thing I saw was Miss Sherry Brown's post. And it said, would you rather have paper that burns? My 401k was burning, or would you rather have gold that doesn't? Register for free here. So I registered for my free account. I didn't watch the video. I didn't ask her any questions. She was asleep at that time. I just registered and was on there trying to figure out how I can get gold for myself. And then she called me the next morning, told me a little bit about the business side of it. I didn't understand it, but I was like, okay. She said, get a package. I'll get a package. And it just went on from there. And Karatbars answered every single prayer that I was praying. And I had no idea that I was getting the answer to everything that I was looking for and
now,
more.
Stay right there. Now stay right there, Miss Tanisha Glaspie. I got to make people see this now. So many things are going on in my head right now. And I'm reading the chat room, and Kevin Pines might have a few attendees at Roger Williams' meeting. Roger doesn't even know Kevin. I sponsored Kevin, but he's in Florida. Roger went to Florida with Dwayne Taylor, the master coach, meeting with these new business partners, Miss Magwood. They're down there in a whole nother part of the world. My business partner is in Florida, bringing people to that meeting. Watch this, watch this. I joined Karatbars not thinking I could have any success at all. Only wanted to save gold, much like what Ms. Glaspie said. Check that box. Did not want to call my friend Sherry Brown, been friends with her 30 years. I was afraid to call her because we had been in business before. I'm assuming she's burned out, so I didn't call her. She actually joined the business after Roger Williams, who I really didn't even know. I was more comfortable sharing the information with Mr. Williams than my good friend Sherry, because I imagined she wouldn't do it. When I showed her the business, she immediately joined, signed her amazing husband, Willie Brown, up, and Miss Tanisha Glaspie saw a post on Facebook. Oh my God, can y'all see how powerful networking in Karatbars is? Saw a post, a very vague post. Would you rather have paper that burns or gold that doesn't? And she was in, didn't see a video or anything. And Ms. Glaspie, how many people have you signed up using Facebook since that time?
About 375.
375 personally sponsored. How many people on your team?
Over 1,900, I'm not sure.
Almost 2,000 new people as a result of her efforts on Facebook alone. She doesn't even like to leave the house. Miss Glaspie is such a dynamite networker. She won't even talk to you until you get your account set up, right? She is doing the business. I would have never met Tanisha Glaspie. The story's gonna get better. I would have never met this dynamite woman had I not summoned the courage to talk to my friend Sherry about a business I didn't think I could do. And watch this. Roger Williams bumped into me in church, signed up and positioned himself, and Sherry and Tanisha ended up in his organization.
I have a question for Tanisha. Tanisha, how did you know Sherry Brown? How did you know Sherry Brown to begin with on Facebook?
I can't tell you how I knew her. I know she went to the same church I went to, but I don't know how we became friends on Facebook because I didn't know her personally. She knew my mother, but I didn't know her. I knew her kind of like through my mother, but I never ever had a conversation with her before.
So you guys were friends on Facebook?
We were Facebook friends. I don't know how.
Wow.
And then Mr. Williams is down there in Miami, and my business partners, Ken and Deborah Nixon, a couple there in Miami, they're coming to your meeting, Mr. Williams. And see, I met Ken, watch this. Oh man, this is too good. We will never get off the stream. The way networking connects, you will never get off the stream. Okay, I met this lady named Kimberly Otwangi. Her name is Kamaya Bat Israel. I met Kamaya Israel through Willie Brown when Monisha and I started my own networking company called ICANN. Willie and Sherry were my top producers. They sponsored this lady named Kamaya Israel, and Kamaya is this whiz on the internet, and I saw a YouTube video where Kamaya was singing the praises of the little company that me and Monisha started. And I was blown away at her acumen on the internet and how she was telling people, you got to look at ICANN. When we closed down ICANN, Kamaya was one of my first phone calls. She loved Karatbars. She joined. She signed up. Now, I met Kamaya through Willie and Sherry. I'm afraid to call Sherry, but I called Kamaya. How ignorant was I? I didn't know what I didn't know. Kamaya is on one side of my team. Sherry's on the other side. Kamaya signs this awesome guy up named Earl Nixon, who signs up this gentleman named Ken Nixon, and they're not related. Ken Nixon lives in Miami, Florida with his wife, Deborah, and they're coming to Roger Williams' event tomorrow.
Come on, Ken and Deborah.
Only in networking and Karatbars. Guys, what are we saying here tonight? Trust and just do it. You don't have a good shot in this world without a networking business, and the best networking business in the world is Karatbars.
That's right. I have some people that will be there tomorrow as well, Mr. Williams.
You're going to be there tomorrow too? Wonderful.
I didn't say that. I said I have some people in Miami that will be there.
Oh, wow. That's great. And folks, let me tell you something. All of this that we're talking about, all of this that we've done, all of this that we're doing, it all started because of a dream, a personal desire, personal inspiration. Somebody just wanted to live life without the limitation of lack of money. Somebody wanted to devise a plan that they can move their life forward and be great. They wanted to plan their success. And that's why we all are connected here today from every corner of the earth. I mean, 127 plus countries worldwide. I mean, nothing is stopping us, nothing at all. And we're here and we're collecting and we're accumulating gold because we found out that gold is money and that we can have it. And yes, we're sharing it with as many people as we desire to. We're sharing it with as many people as we can. We're duplicating this thing. And this is what happened. I mean, Mr. Delco got started and then he was scared to tell some people, thank God. And I jumped in. And then they jumped in. And then Miss Glassby got in. Mr. Berger got in. The Browns got in. Phyllis Jones got in. Louis Straub got in. Oh, my God. Shall I go to the other side? South Africa got in.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right. And because of that, it inspires you to such a degree that you just will not stop sharing with people, inviting people, inspiring people. Why? Because their dreams can come true. Their lifestyle can change and be enhanced and upgraded. They can encourage and bless the lives of other people just because they opened their mouth and told them. So look, no more scaredy cat stuff, okay? I can guarantee you, Mr. Mike Delco is telling everybody he knows and everybody he doesn't know. I mean, as a matter of fact, in my travels, I was traveling to different states and I would tell people because I got excited and they would tell me, oh, I got a friend that's doing that. Wow, really? Who is it? I might know them. What did they say? Mr. Michael Delco. I put him on the phone with a couple of people. And I'm telling you, when you have a leader that is so relentless as Mr. Michael Delco, I mean, going after this thing because of a dream, because he is inspired to run after that dream, even if it never comes true, like Mr. Best says, right? Then not have a dream at all. He took that chance. He took that shot. He took that seat at the table. And because he did, we are all here and all of our lives are the better.
So, Mr. Williams, I'm going to wrap the stream up so I can kick it back to you guys. But let me tell you, man, Mr. Ty Best is actually, if you'll stop your screen share for me, Mr. Best is actually out there watching the stream. I wish I could bring him in, but he's not on the platform. But Mr. Best, and this is crazy too, y'all. I'm trying to stop.
You get on the platform, Mr. Best. Come on.
Look,
please,
come on over to
Mr. Best,
we will bring you in and let you close this out for us. So, Roger, keep your eye out. If Mr. Best jumps on the platform, we'll let him close us out, because here's what's amazing. Why you must be in Karatbars networking business. Watch this now. I didn't believe I could do the business. My sponsor sent me a text message and said, Mike, you got to look at this business. It's called Karatbars. I was so ignorant. I thought it was a nutritional business. I thought it was carrots. You know, I said, man, my eyesight is fine, brother. I don't want to know nutritional. He said, no, not carrots with a C, brother. Carrots with a K. He said, brother, it's gold. I said, oh man, I'm in. I said, I don't think I can do the business, but I'm saving gold. I'm in. He said, okay, great. 2 or 3 days later, he picks up the phone. He says, Mike, I got somebody I want you to meet. He put me on the phone with Ty Best. And from the day I heard that brilliant man's voice, my life began to go straight uphill. There's something powerful about connecting with positive people, guys. And only in a networking business will all the positive people that are making tons of money humble themselves down to impart unto you everything they can possibly think of to make your life better. And that's what Mr. Best has done for me and my family for the last 5 years. Is every day, Mike, how you doing? How's Mo? How your kids? Well, he's been with me through my tough times when my kid got shot and almost killed. He's been there when Monisha had her car accident. He's been there. I was there when he had his heart attack. I mean, we're family. And there is nothing that gentleman won't do to pour into you. It's so uncommon, so unlike corporate America. Everybody's gunning for you, trying to outshine you. But in networking, only in networking, is Roger Williams and Rodney Berger and Tanisha Glaspie and Mike Dalco, all trying to pour into you and share everything we can and give you all the passion we have inside of us to help you believe that this can be true and reality for you as well. And all of us on this stream, because that guy gave me that one phone call, my sponsor quit the business. And all of us are still a part of Ty Best's team. He didn't know any of us. Networking is so powerful. My sponsor hadn't talked to Ty Best in over 20 years and heard he was in Karatbars, called him up and asked to be on his team and still quit the business, but not before he put me in the business. And after me, along with these 3 amazing individuals, these people on the stream, are partially in part responsible for over 30,000 people showing up on Ty Best's team. Only in networking can you have that kind of potential. And only in Karatbars can Mr. Best earn a living, not from us spending our money, but from us saving our money in a physical hard asset, which is gold. Everybody on this platform is probably a first-generation gold saver. I know that I am. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I shouldn't speak for y'all.
Yes, absolutely I am.
I am as well, Mr. Dalco.
I'm second. My uncle had gold, so that's why I understood the value of it.
Good for you. So 1 out of 4 had some gold, second generation, and 3 first generation wealth builders. So I want to thank Rodney Berger, who got on here first. And we hijacked Big Pill's platform tonight. So Big Pill down in Miami, you don't deserve to have our platform tonight with all that luxury you living in.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm glad you guys hijacked it, because I think this went all the way around the world, and all of those that were expecting the presentation, this was the ultimate presentation right here. This lets you know that this thing is absolutely, positively more real than you can imagine. And all you've got to do is get back with the person that invited you to take a look at this phenomenon and set up your account properly. Register for free. Get your business package. And then once you do, just start saving a lot of gold, getting a lot of coin, and telling a lot of people. Now, look, just like these folks that are on the platform right now, you can get connected and get the support that you need. Plug in and get the tools in your hand that you need to make your life great. You can do it. All you got to do is take action today.
Mr. Williams, you absolutely turned what was intended to be just a live stream and me and Mr. Berger sharing our heart. You turned it into a training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodnight to you, leave you with the platform. And brother, thank you again. Ms. Glaspie, did you have anything you want to say as we closed out too? I didn't want to leave you out. Thank you for jumping on as well.
No, I don't have anything to say. Thank you, Mr. Dalco.
All right, thank you. So Big Pill, over to you, man. If you want me to leave the live stream on, or you want me to stop the stream?
Yeah, leave it on. we're really done. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, what else can I say after all this greatness that has just occurred, except for put your pinky fingers to the moon and move. What do?